All right, here we go. Those who ask questions will be richer than those who did not. Poor people are known for being dumb when they should have spoken up. Rich people are known to be outspoken when they should. Asking the right questions will make you rich. Let me put it exactly the way the Holy Spirit told me. My name is Idika Imeri, and I am leading the powerful key for tonight. This is what the Holy Spirit said to me. Those who spend their time to ask the right question concerning anything will prosper. Please write it down exactly the way I'm putting it. Those who ask the right questions will prosper more than those who pray. Maybe you guys didn't get it. Those who ask the right question will prosper more than those who pray. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Yeah. Those who ask the right question will prosper more than those who pray. And this is applicable to the mind realm. This is applicable to the supernatural realm that is before God Almighty. And this is also applicable in finances, in family life. Any way you put it is the same thing. It applies to everywhere, every location, all times. Those who ask questions will prosper more than those who pray. Let's begin to look at what he told me. Because I was going through scriptures to find what is God's word for today. What should I minister? And then he said, powerful key. Those who ask questions will prosper more than those who pray. Because when people go to prayer, they've already made up their mind what they want to receive, what they want from God, and how, and sometimes, and majority of the time, how you want it. Sometimes through whom. So you don't even want surprises. This makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Because I began to peel this off. And I realized that in like 99.5% of every religious person, every spiritual person, every Christian or whatever religion, they go to pray because they need something or they want to be devoted to God. But they've never asked God this question. How do you want this relationship, this thing, whatever you and I we are doing? What do we call it? How do you want it to be? For example, I am at the crossroad of my life that I have done so many things and I need to focus just on one thing. Because until you find out just one thing, that the anointing flows, the rain falls on, human beings are in need of it constantly, 24/7. You will never prosper. And this has nothing to do with education. You can get education in any field, but that will not give you a penny. That will even make you to carry heavy loans. you will have debt. So you better know what you are studying for, or what professional or technical skill you're going for, that it has also that is going to help make sure any education you're going to get, any professional training you're going to get, is going to help your original gift. Oh my gosh. What was that? Hold on. Please hold on. Please hold on.
This conference.
Please, everybody should watch your phone. I have tried to plead with each of you who come to our conference to try and get very nice quality phones. I have a very quality cell phone, and I have very good phone in my house. Anything you want to do, make sure that it is quality. Don't buy Brukutu phones because it's cheap, or you are paying $20 a month, and you can't really do a lot with it. Get the best that you can do a lot with. All right, let's continue. Larry, where did we stop so that we know? Where did we stop? Where did we stop? What was I saying?
You were saying about education.
Education. Make sure that any education or professional skill you're going to acquire is going to help your gift, what you naturally have. Victoria, make sure you write down exactly what I'm saying. And Mary, the education you are going to have, or professional skills and training, make sure you put professional skills and training that you're going to have, must be a tool that will help your that will help your original skill, your original gift, your original talent. Because money is not in your education. Money is in your talent. Money is in your giftedness. One little thing inside you, that's where the Creator has hidden your wealth, your houses, your car, your money is hidden in one little thing. One little dream gave Joseph everything. One little desire to be a leader made Moses who he became. One little idea is not enough for me to have money, for me to have wealth, for me to be in charge of this family. I must have a son. That's Hannah. And that gave her a president of a nation and also a prophet. Two things in one person. So what people have been doing have been, we go to God to pray, but we don't ask questions. There are things that today I sat down to ask God, why didn't you tell me about this? Why didn't you tell me about this when you knew that I didn't know? You knew that there was nobody there for me to ask. Why didn't you? I was afraid that if I ask questions about this, people will be envious, people will be arrogant towards me. They will think that I don't know a lot. And that is why many of us, we become dumb. We don't want to talk. We don't want to ask questions. And God said, why didn't you come to me to ask me? Why didn't you come to ask me? If you cannot ask humans, why not ask me? Because I'm waiting for you to ask me. Instead, you came to pray. See, that's the reason why many prayers are not answered. Because we came to pray. We didn't come to ask questions. In fact, let me tell you something. The place of prayer should become the place of asking serious questions and waiting to receive answers. Let me share something that you should know. Ladri and I, we were talking some time ago, and then I made a statement like this. Did they tell you about that thing? I mean, what we were talking about. Did the people concerned tell you about that? Did they ask you questions? She said no. Then why is it now that they have problems that they are coming to you? That they want you to solve their problems? She said, now I got it. This same thing I'm telling you, I've had this same encounter with Mary, because Mary is very close to me. I've had this same discussion with Victoria. I've had this same discussion with Diana and with Nancy, and many of you out there. When your child, your husband, your wife, your uncle, your aunt, your nieces, your cousins come to you, your children come to you, and they are coming to give you a reported speech. When they were about to make what do we call it? To make a major decision or choice in life, if they failed to consult with you, they did not inquire with you, they did not see you as someone who has more experience, more education, not just paper education or academic education, but life education. Because you can have university or college education and still be an idiot and still be a fool with a PhD. I've seen them all over the place. Some have 2, 3, 4 PhDs, and they are all fools. You cannot give them coffee and donuts to sell that they will be able to sell it. That's why many of them end up staying inside the college and write stupid books that is of no use to anybody except to their students. Let's face it. When someone did not come to you out of honor and respect to ask you and say, listen, this is what I am thinking of doing. How do I do it? How do I do it? And then shut up and listen to you. And not just rattle on. Because some of our children see us as, okay, you are 40, you are 50, you don't know nothing. Oh, my parents are old people. Don't worry. Because every word you're speaking, you're criticizing your parent. You're criticizing your father, your mother, your uncles, everybody. That they didn't know nothing. They didn't achieve nothing. I have seen children, especially male and female children, who criticize their parent. Oh, you had a child for this. Oh, you had a child for that. You were the hoochie mama of the neighborhood. That's all right. Mama, don't worry about what she said or what he says. Because he or she has already signed, by saying that against the parent, that child has signed his or her signature that the same thing should happen to him or her, even more. And majority of the time, When that boy grew up that was criticizing the mom, yeah, you didn't go to college. You had a child for Matthew. You had a child for Mark. You had a child for Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Yeah, you had children for Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
You're funny.
Yep, yep, Timothy. Yeah, you put Timothy, Peter, Paul. You had children for every one of them. You slept with all of them. Yep. And they forgot who wiped their little tiny peanut butt. They forgot who blew their nose for them. Who sat at the clinic waiting room, waiting for the doctor to come for hours. You carried that little baby for hours. You sat there waiting for the doctor. Finally, the doctor came. By the time you left in the morning, by the time you returned back, you left the doctor's office, you went to shop, grocery shopping, then you went to go and pick up his or her medicine. They don't know anything about that. Now they are grown up and you don't know anything. They now know more than you until life begins to hit them. Let me tell you, every child that I've seen since I was born who criticized the parents for one thing or the other, they've all repeated the same pattern, even worse. Even worse. If the parents slept with 2 people, they've slept with 1,000 people. Seriously. Yep. When somebody, whether your child, whether some husband, you want to talk to them, they say, it's none of your business. It's none of your business. I'm the one making the money. Or sometimes if it is the woman that makes more money, say, it's none of your business. I'm the one making the money and taking care of this family. Don't worry. And then one day they come to you to come and tell you, oh, I got scammed. Really? You got scammed? Interesting. I thought you were the smartest person in the whole wide world. Why did they get you scammed? Because they know you are going to look at the bank account. They got scammed. So let me put it very clearly to you. Anybody that did not consult with you, that person has looked down on you, and you shouldn't have much to do with that person. Anybody who didn't consult with you, all they come to do to tell you, oh, mama, oh, daddy, oh, sister, oh, aunt, oh, uncle, oh, this, I am so and so place, I am doing so and so thing, and why do you need to tell me? A problem broke out, so and so the police were called, and I'm like, did you tell me before you went there? When we told you not to be moving with that guy or with that girl, did you said that if this family refused, because there are some men and some women who will say, if this family refused that I should be friend, or I should marry the person I want to marry, I'll go and commit suicide. They say, oh, no suicide here. We don't want no suicide in our family. Go ahead and marry whoever you want to marry. And they rush ahead, that they know more than the parent. They rush ahead. They rush as though they are from Russia. They just rush. They rush ahead. And they get married or they start friendship until problem start coming. Because problem will come. If problem doesn't come, life will come to visit them. Several people have already been lined up by nature and by the supernatural to come knocking at their door. Money problem, baby problem, children problem, car problem, house problems. The same thing that they were bragging and making mouth against you. You only bought, Mama. I thought that, Daddy. I thought that if you wanted to buy a house, you should have bought a castle. You went and bought this 5 bedroom godforsaken a cave for us, and you call that a house. And they themselves cannot even buy. They live in an apartment, and they start to fight over money. And that is when when such kids go into the relationship, they didn't want your advice, nothing. They didn't want it. They didn't want it. They've not been calling you. They left you. And then when life come knocking at the door, knocky, 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 bum, 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 knocky, 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 bum, 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 knocky, 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 bum, 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 knocky, 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 open the door, bum, bum, bum. And at that point, they wanna call you. When they quarrel with their girlfriend, with their husband, or with their wife or their boyfriend, that's when they will call you. Mama, at that time they pretend like nothing has happened between you and them. Mama, yeah, it's your baby. I'm here. I'm just trying to check on you. I say, hey, when did you try to check on me? Get out of my phone, please. Thank you very much. Mama, I'm trying to check on you. How is daddy? How is everybody? And so on. That's not why they are calling you. They are now calling you because they are in difficulty. They need money. The same you that they brag about to their husband or to their wife, I'm the black sheep of this family. Nobody in my family loves me. The only person who loves me is you. You are sweeter than honey, better than sugar. You are better than my mother and my father. My people have a song that they sing. They say the man will be telling you, or the woman will be telling you, I love you more than my father, Inachi. I love you more than my father, Inachi.
To know your PIN, please enter pound or hash.
Oh, what is it asking me? Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So he's saying something like it will be it's a gospel music, some worldly gospel music like that. They say the man will be telling the woman, or the woman will be telling I love you more than my father, Inachi. I love you more than my mother, Inachi. Which means when the man is telling the woman, yeah, I'm the black sheep of the family, they cast me out. Nobody casts you out. You cast yourself out. And the woman will be smiling and laughing because he got you, or the man. Because when you finish telling, there's always one person in a relationship that will always be a little bit smarter than the other rat. I hope you know that love is a relationship between two great people. Love is a relationship between two smart people, two intelligent and wise people. But also, love is a relationship between two rats.
Wow.
Yep. They live in a hole. Yep. And that is where love becomes a relationship between two idiots, two fools. That's why I call them rats, two rats. Yep. Soon they begin to fight against each other. And that's when they are no longer the black sheep of the family. They now begin to look for people that they have talked all bad things. Wicked people have no shame. Somebody said to me, when somebody was calling and trying to come back into my life many, many years ago, a lady picked up her phone who knew her and said, back off, girl. Back off, girl. If everything was going well with you where you ran to, will you want the Archbishop? Back off. So I didn't even need to do the speaking. There was an elderly woman there to speak for me. So I didn't even need to bother myself. Only do business with people who ask the right question, who ask you question. And that is what God is waiting for. God is waiting for people who do not come to pray, but who come to ask. For example, when you go through biblical tradition, you will see why I love the office and the title that I hold. The office of a priest prophet is very, very significant because people come to us not mainly for prayer. They come to inquire. They come to find secret things, hidden things out. That's my primary job. And that's how my ministry began in public. My public ministry began that way when I was in seminary. How can this person be healed of craziness, madness, or mental illness? And then the secrecy is revealed to me, and then I reveal to a rich parent. And I told people to stop because everybody were praying, including my professors. They came to pray for the girl to be healed. 99.5% of what people are praying for, they don't need prayer. They need the secrecy behind the thing to be revealed. Past, present, future. How will this be solved? How long is this problem going to linger? What are you going to do, oh God, concerning this? You know, how did this person get into this? And how is this person going to get out of this? What are you willing to do? For example, it is wrong to pray for God to give you a house, to give you a car, to give you a husband or a wife, to give you children. It's wrong to pray those prayers. It's wrong for you to pray for God to give you money. This is how you should pray. You guys should be, you guys should go and, you guys should light the candle for me throughout everywhere you are tonight. When you get off this, when you get off from this conference and when you watch this program, light a candle for me. You should. And you should send me very big money because I want to enjoy life. I don't want to leave this earth without enjoying 100%. And that's the way you should be behaving too. Let me tell you how you should pray concerning money. Lord, is there an inheritance for me that any of my relations are keeping from me? Will you please reveal it to me? Are you going to make me to get it? Will you get it for me? See, that's different from praying, oh, oh God, I think I have an inheritance somewhere. I think my uncle took everything. Instead, it should be, do I have an inheritance? Who? Is it my aunt, my uncle, my cousins, my nephew? Where is my inheritance? Because I should not just be born into this world without something for me to start with. Jesus was not born into this world without inheritance. Do you guys get what I'm talking about? Are you guys getting it tonight?
Yeah.
Jesus was not born without an inheritance. The three magi came. In fact, do you know that Jesus as a baby was already rolling with kings and world leaders? Did you know that? Did you know that Jesus was already having relationship with people working at Wall Street, with billionaires? Did you know that? Being born again puts you in the household of a king. And you should be able to go to God from tonight. What I'm doing tonight is so important that it is, even though it's powerful key, I'm supposed to have stopped a long time ago, but I want to go into detail. You are born again for what? Just to go to heaven? Not to go to hellfire? That's rubbish. If all there is about being born again is going to heaven and avoid going to hell, then I don't need it. You are primarily born again in order for Jesus to transform you into a partner, into a member, a family member of the Trinity, a family member of the kingdom of heaven. You become co-owners of planets. These things are not stories. When you are serious with it, it becomes serious with you. So you have the right to go and say, dear Father, dear Daddy, Daddy God, Daddy Jesus, Brother Jesus. You see, it is even made more easier for us because God transformed Jesus to become human so that we can approach him. If you don't want to approach Jesus as God, at least approach him as human because he's both in one. Ask him, where is my inheritance? I'm now born again. I need my gold, frankincense, and myrrh. You can change them into whatever you want to change them for. Where is my Rolls Royce? Where is my jet? Where is my $1 million job per year? Where is my this? Because I am royalty and noble. You, when you were born, you did not pray. You didn't send no email, no text message. You didn't Yahoo or Google anybody. You didn't go to YouTube to go and watch Idika Imeri. The Father released a star. And that star normally shows up when a king is born. And other kings followed the star. And they brought big bullions, big tablet, big gold for Jesus. He was a baby. He started getting inheritance. Then the next thing we hear, the parents are out of the manger. They are out of Motel 6 or Motel 9 or Motel 8. Big box hotels. They are out of it already. Cowtown Hotel. That's where Jesus was born. If you guys did not know it, that's the name of the hotel. Cowtown Motel. It wasn't even a hotel, motel. Cowtown Motel. Breakfast not included. And the cows and the other animals can't wait for these people to get out of their own their space. Now they got money. The parents quickly move out. Where did they go? They went to a luxury nation. They went to a nation of luxury, Egypt. That's where they went. And they bought a big home. They raised Jesus there. You never heard that a Pharaoh gave them money. You hear of Pharaoh with Abraham. You hear of Pharaoh with Joseph and with Jacob. You don't hear of any Pharaoh with Jesus. Why? Jesus went to Egypt as a billionaire, as a wealthy child. His parents has enough money to buy whatever they wanted. Because don't let what you are reading in the Bible just be what you think it was. It was not just the gift of gold, frankincense and myrrh. They loaded him up with a lot of other things. At least intelligence should tell you that that's what happened. The shepherd did not come to visit Jesus empty-handed. They loaded this boy up. And they loaded the parent up. In fact, through the birth of Jesus, Joseph and Mary became richer. They became very rich people. Because you never hear them going to beg for anything. That's why every occasion during the days of Jesus, they will invite Joseph and Mary. And at that time, we don't really hear much about Joseph anymore. We don't know whether he passed away or whatever. We don't know. You only hear of Mary. A wedding will happen in their city. Mary and Jesus will be invited to tell you how wealthy they were. You never hear of Jesus collecting tithe and offering for his family. Never heard of it. Even the clothes that Jesus wore, soldiers were fighting over who should have it. That should tell you who he was. Because they paint this picture of the poor Jesus. God forbid poor Jesus. Jesus wasn't poor. The 12 disciples were paid staff. Judas Iscariot used to pay them monthly because these are family people. You cannot tell people who have families to forsake their family and follow you. That will be a very bad thing. And normally, the traditions of the prophet is, if you do something for a prophet must do something back for you. Go and read the life of Elijah, Elisha, and you will see the traditions of the prophets. When you give a prophet money or material resources or a house or a field or whatever, that prophet will go to God to ask what they will do for you. And they will always do something for you. That's why the Shunammite woman prepared a place for the servant of God. And the servant of God said, okay, what can we do for this woman? And that's how the woman was given a child. Nothing goes for nothing. There is a price for everything. For those of you who are looking for cheap and free stuff, there is nothing like cheap and free stuff in the sight of God. Even salvation is not cheap and free. So let's get back to what we are saying here. If you are going to ask God for a house or for a location, you must ask him where, which country, where is my geography, which city? Because you cannot go to live in a city that supernaturally and financially belong to other families. It has been given to them, either by Lucifer or by God. You cannot go and fight over it. So you must ask, Father, Jesus, where is a city that is going to be attached to my name? When they hear about that city, they hear about me. Unless you are willing to share a city, like T.L. Osborne, Oral Roberts, what is the name? Oral Robert, what is it? Kenneth Hagin, and other pastors or evangelists or whatever they call themselves, that were there during that time. They all were willing to share a city, and that is Tulsa, Oklahoma. They were willing to share a city. But I am not willing to share a city with anybody. Maybe that's why mine lingers. Because sometimes God wants to prepare a city for you. Then he sends you there. Because he's not sending you to where there is no convenience, where you are not going to rule the place, be a major, a governor, things like that. He always sends you into where you come to take over. Dominion is the meaning of what we do. Please listen carefully. You must ask, where is my own? Because the one word that stands out in the Bible concerning you is possession. Are you possessed by the Holy Ghost? Are you possessed by the presence of the Father and the Son? And are you willing to possess a territory? Are you willing to possess a city? Are you willing to possess houses and land? Whatever God gives you, he doesn't want somebody to come and fight over it with you. That's why we have to be very careful about relationship, because relationship has its legality, and legality will always lead to something you have that somebody else did not buy, did not work for, to come and get it, and God is against that. Including children who didn't love you and they want to come and inherit from you. To hell with that kind of a child. And they are using bloodline to come and claim things. No. I'll put a beneficiary who benefit from it. Someone who qualifies must have it, and not a child or a husband, a bastard husband or a wicked woman, a wicked man too, to come and inherit what do not belong to them. This is classic what we are doing tonight. Ask God a question. This person seems very nice and very, very well educated, all rounded. Nothing seems to be wrong. Ask God, what is it that I do not know about this person? Reveal the secrecy of this person to me. And God will. Because you see, these nice people are the people who are going to fight you. These nice people. It's like some African men and some Indian men and some people from Vietnam and China and all of that, and the Middle East and many part of Asia, Caribbeans, Eastern Europe. They will go back home to go and bring a man as a husband, and then they will go back to go and bring a woman into Europe or into North America, into United States or Canada, saying, hey, this one's in Europe, this one in Canada, they've all been messed up, they are no good, everybody has used them, so I'm going back to where I'm from. And you go and pick up one useless man or boy thinking they don't know nothing, or one girl thinking she's very naive and innocent. So you bring them. God help you. You are in America, Canada, and Europe, and you think they don't know nothing. Buy them something and you will see what they will say. Just come on to Toyota Corolla. When your mates are buying their babies or their man, they are setting them up with a Mercedes Benz and a Jag. They don't even call it Jaguar. They already know the slang for it. They say Jag. Or Lexus, they say Lex. Or they will tell you, you are buying me this just Michael Cole bag. While your colleagues are buying their babies some G's, that's Gucci, some Lee, like Louis Vuitton. Yep, yep, yep. You're buying me these shoes from Bata. You're buying me this shoe from the outlet. You think I don't know? While your colleagues are buying shoes from Versace, Brunelli, they know all those names. And they'll be telling you that they'll begin to curse you out. These are people who you think don't know anything. Oh, the girl is a virgin. Oh, the guy don't even know no man. The pastor swore. You don't know that guy has sex around everywhere. Has secret babies. They hide it from you because you live overseas. They will hide it. That girl is like what Muslim girls do. What Muslim girls do. You know what they do? Because in their system, on the night of the marriage, the man must what do we call it? Must pop the cherry, you know? And the man doesn't know that he's popping the watermelon. Yep. He's popping the watermelon. So what the Muslim girls do is this, and some of these cultures out there, this is what they do. When they have sex around everywhere, they've sex around right from when they were in their high school, college, if they're able to go to college or whatever they are learning. They've sex every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Every cat, dogs, and elephant, they've done it all with. And then, when it's time that a man come knocking at the door, oh, your daughter is so pretty. Oh, yeah, we are coming to ask for a hand in marriage and so on. And the mother will say, yeah, she's a virgin. Yeah, yeah. And quickly, they will send that girl to a doctor. And the doctor will sew her up. Yep. There's nothing that the doctors can do. There's plastic surgeons, they're good. If you think what I'm saying is wrong, go and look at YouTube. Ask Ladry. She knows a lot about these things too. And they will go and sew the woman up. They will sew the V up. They will sew it up, you know. And while they are sewing it, they are chanting VGM, VGM. The V gets money. The V is gonna get money. They sew it up pretty good. They sew it up real good and they let it heal. Yep. In some cultures, they will mix limestone with water and bath the woman and wash the V very well, and it will collapse like a snail. Bah! It will shut down. Others, they will sew it up pretty good. And then the man, and then they will put, there's something they will put down there. There's a way they do it in some cultures. They will put something around the woman's waist and put a tiny key there and so on and so forth. And the man come and get married. And the woman is a virgin. Really. Yep. And you bring her in to Europe, to the US, and to Canada. Shortly, you will now see whether she is one or not. Because what these people know that are out there, you think they are village people, they don't know nothing. Bring them in, you will see. After a while, they are the ones who are going to divorce you. Because while you are at your job, they are busy looking at computer how to divorce you or how to kill you. You think that they didn't come with an agenda. They do. You think they are happy that you are in Europe and in America and Canada? You think that boy is happy? Go and get the man and come and marry. You think they are happy for you? Let's get back to what originally the Holy Ghost told me. He said this: those who ask questions will prosper more than those who pray. Ask God, where is my city? My city, where your glory is on that city because of me, not because of anybody else. Your power is upon this city because of me. If I leave, this city will collapse. That's what we are talking about. Where is the city that if I walk into, favor will follow me? And are you willing? And then if you already have found a city, you ask God, are you willing to give this city into my hands? Go and look at biblical tradition, especially the war tradition. Before people like David, before people like what is the name? The kings of Judah, many of the kings of Judah in biblical tradition, many of them, Hezekiah, name them, many of them. They always ask, Lord, will you win this war for us? Should we proceed to fight this war or should we not? Should we withdraw? And you will see where people went and prayed, oh God, give us victory over the Philistines, the Amalekites, the Egyptians, the this, the that. It did not work. Biblical tradition has that the winners, those who prosper, with those who ask, should we go to this war? Should we go to this war? Or should we back off? It's the same thing. Should I go to court or should I not? Should I start the divorce now or should I wait? Will you give me victory in the court? See, those are all things that you need to know. Ancient biblical kings, always, many of them, especially those from the bloodline of Judah, always go first to the altar to ask God, including David. David practiced it. Will you win the war for me? And let me hit you with something. When once the kings of Judah prayed that prayers, then when God said, yes, I will give these kings and these nations into your hands, is over. Before the war started, the war is over. Do you know the reason? Let me hint you with something that you will start seeing the videos, the broadcasts begin to come. There is a kind of angels that God wants to bless you with. We call them the killers. We call them the warriors. They are different kinds of soldiers that comes under the general, the field marshal of planet heaven, which is Michael. So it's not just one kind of army that you have there. No. There are those that fight in the water. There are those that fight in water and land and air. There are soldiers with wings, and there are soldiers without wings. Those are the kind of soldiers, when you hear God say, yes, I will win the war for you. I have given these kings into your hand. Tomorrow go and take over the land. When once you hear God says that, the killers, either one of them or two, will be dispatched to go and start the havoc. Let me tell you, if you did not know, if you think that Satan is a troublemaker, then you'll be fooling yourself. The biggest troublemaker, if he wants to trouble you, is God. If God decides to make trouble for you, none of your enemies, your enemies will flee and leave town. Quick.
Yay!
One woman called me from Atlanta, Georgia. People of God, listen. The Holy Ghost is my witness about these testimonies. I'm going to, Victoria, remind me to include this story in the testimonies, because I will be changing the testimonies this week, and I'm including every testimony as much as the website can carry. There will be too many for people to see. I have not touched the testimony because I wanted to see many, and I've seen more than abundance of miracles. This woman began to talk. When she was talking, I said, stop. Your husband has guns planted in different parts of the house to kill you and your son, and to kill himself too. But I'm going to the altar to do something. And I do not want you to tell anybody what I'm going to do, because what I'm going to do is deadly. Your husband is going to see the person. He's going to see the person in his sleep. Or while he's awake, he's going to see the shadow appear before him. And the rest will be history. The person will show up in the house. Where is he? He's in upstairs. So I send the person to go upstairs to go and meet him. And that happened like around between 12 and 1 midnight. That's when I went to the altar to do it. I just had so much pity for this woman, because I knew that her life was about to be taken. The quarrel was just too much. When I hit the hammer on the altar 3 times, the person appeared in the house. The man saw the shadow. He began packing his things. By 5, 6 o'clock the following morning, the man was gone. Never come back up till today. He left town up till today. Never went back. That's what we are talking about. There was a leader, a president that was troubling the country called Nigeria. So I'm giving you guys some national secrecy, what really happened. So some people in government called me and sent their agent to meet with me. They came to me to how do we put it? Like people used to come to Elijah and Elisha to inquire. They said they don't trust the Nigerian pastors and prophets. And they know that I was born there. and that they have watched my ministry. And that if I say something, if it doesn't happen now, it will happen later. And they told me, get rid of him. If not, the country will not continue. We are going to have a major bloodbath. And that was true. So I told them, wait, let me go to the altar and ask. When I asked, God showed me a television and I saw it. So I told them to go. That God said he will put him on a sick bed. And that they will fly him to Saudi Arabia because he's a Muslim man. And they will cure him. But on the day that he's supposed to come back to continue his official work as a president of Nigeria, he will die that night. And they will fly him in a coffin. So I saw it all before it happened. So I told the people what I saw and I asked them to go. And they wanted to give me money, but because it's blood money, I was asked not to collect anything from them. I just want you to know the kind of person I am. Money does not move me. If I'm told not to collect money from you, I won't. I will only do what I'm asked to. That's what keep me. That's what is different about the kind of work I do. I mean, I might not like it because I need money to survive, but if I'm told not to, I have to obey. Next day, the man fell sick. And they rushed him to Saudi Arabia. Nigeria was without a president for months. This happened some few years back. Yeah, just few months back, a few years back. It happened just a few years back. I'm not naming names. I don't want people to say I killed their father, I killed a president and all of that. And the man was in Saudi Arabia for so many months. The vice president was running the show. They killed him finally. The day he was supposed to come back home to continue as the president of Nigeria, the killers went after him from the sky realm and they shoot him. He died. When they shoot, you don't hear no sound, you don't see no bullet, you don't see no blood. Person just died. Go through the Bible, you'll see. Elijah, Elisha. In fact, even there was a prophet God told, when you go to that city, tell them the judgment that is coming, don't eat, don't drink, don't listen to anybody, and go back the way you came. Don't sleep in that city. And another man that used to be a prophet went after this man of God, this real prophet, and went and told him that God told him to tell him to come back with him into the city to come and eat and drink. Can you imagine that? When God tells you things the first time, don't listen to anybody, including even if that person is a prophet, don't listen. That's where we are getting it wrong in our day. The real prophet followed this false prophet back to the city, ate, drank, and decided to spend the night there. And this false prophet prepared food, and for him, he ate and was drinking. And this false prophet now became a real prophet. And God spoke through the mouth of this false prophet and said, I told you not to eat and drink. The same guy who went to go and tell him that God said he should come back now spoke and told him that, listen, I warn you not to come back here. Not to eat, not to drink, not to sleep here. And you disobeyed me. You will die. And the food fell out of his mouth. He saddled his donkey and started going home. He couldn't eat anymore. On the way, what happened? A lion came out of the bush and killed him. And the lion was standing there waiting. And now the false prophet, who is a medium, He works both sides. He works for both sides. He now went back to go and pick his body on the road. And when he reached there, a lion was standing there that had torn him to pieces, and he took him back to the city to go and bury him.
1 Kings chapter 13.
There you go. Write it down for me. I need it. Go and read it so that you see. You will come to me, I will tell you the right thing, then you will want to go and hear from other people, and everything is messed up for you. And then you turn around and blame me. Let's go back to this. Begin to inquire of the Lord instead of praying. Stop praying and start inquiring. Where am I to make a permanent home? Should I continue relationship with this person or not? Who are these people that I've surrounded myself with? Who is the betrayer? Who is after my money? Who is after my children? Who is after this? You need to ask questions. Because if you don't ask heaven questions, they will never give you an answer. Please write that down as a powerful key for me. If you don't ask heaven questions, they will not give you an answer. So if you are thinking that God is the one who's going to tell you, go on this road, go on that road, they will never tell you, because that is their tradition. They are waiting for you to ask, which road should I take? What should I study in college? Or what professional skill should I acquire? They will tell you what is going to help your talent. What giftedness and talent was I born with? You need to ask these questions. What is inside me? Where is my money? Why have I wasted so many years and have nothing to show for it? So that we don't waste too much years again. For example, let me tell you, I've been told today that all my partners must prepare themselves to begin to buy houses. All my partners, every one of you should begin to prepare yourself to buy houses. Please.
Yeah.
Don't delay it anymore. Every one of you, go into it. Don't wait until you're 70. Don't wait until you're 70. It must begin now. Don't wait for somebody to buy a house and then you move in, buy your own. So that nobody will kick you out of their house. Because they will tell you all the good things about why you should move in with them. Any little problem that happens, you are the one who will be kicked out. You should know this for a fact. Human beings are human beings. Forget about their spiritual life. When it comes to money and houses and land and material resources, they will become Lucifer's children. Every human being is like that. If your children did not come to you, or family members or friends, they didn't come to you to ask you questions. When they fall into traps and problems, they have no right to bring it to you. I hope you hear what I'm saying. They should not bring it to you, and they should not involve you. Some of my family members, some of my siblings, some of my siblings went ahead and got married to idiots. And when problem broke out, they called me to come and I told them, don't talk to me. You didn't ask me anything when you were good. Did you tell me about your marriage? I didn't know anything that you were even married. So why are you coming to talk to me about your marriage? Did you include me in the plan? No. So why are you including me in the problem? If somebody did not include you in the planning, they should not include you in the problem. Please write that down as a powerful key. Please listen to me again. If somebody did not let's put it very well. If someone did not include you in the planning, they should not include you in the problem. People run to go and mess themselves up, and then they run to you for you to come and solve their problems. Come on. They should not include you in their problems. Because when they were going out to that problem, they did not include you. They didn't consult you. So I want you to be smart. I want you to take this thing serious. Stop taking this thing as church things. Leave church alone and let's face life. This is about life. It's about your life.
Thank you.
Yeah. Somebody is doing their thing. They didn't include you. And then when the debt come, they now want you to come and they now want you to the husband or the wife now want to come and include you in the problem that they've caused. They went out there and fought a police officer. Come out of the car. They went and fought, and now they are going to court. And now he's calling his wife. Did you call your wife first to ask, how should I behave in a situation like this? This is what has just happened. What should I do? You didn't. You took matters into your own hand. You get your paycheck. You don't want your wife to see it. Whatsoever you're doing with your mother and father and brothers and people out there, you don't allow her to see it. But now problem has busted out. You now want to include her. My wife, my wife. Who tell you I'm your wife? You big-headed devil. Who tell you that she is your wife? What's wrong with you? Barawo shegedam burubanka. Who told you that? Some men are so foolish. When they have left you, they went to all these people and said all wicked things against you. Now they begin to reap what they sow. The killer hit them there on the hospital bed. And at that time, all the people they rely on, including family members, they all run away. Nobody wants him. And then he pick up his phone. Let me try and call my ex. Let me call my ex to see where she is. Please. Hello. Roslyn. It's your husband. Seriously? You don't even need to ask, where are you? He doesn't even know. I'm in the hospital. You know, speaking, I'm in the hospital. He can't even say hospital. I'm in the hospital. I am dying. Please, can you come and take care of me? I say, you fool. Who gave you my phone number? Mr. Cancer Researcher. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. If you were not sick, would you have been sorry?
No.
You big fat cow. Will you have been sorry?
Never.
Never. Because everyone has run away. Now you are looking for Roslyn. God punish you. Wrong number. You called it. Yeah, that's the best thing to do. When you hear all of that, you say, now you know how you put it. Roslyn, you know how you put it. You put it. Wrong number. Wrong number. You turn the phone down. Bring wrong number. You make sure you put the number. You should put it like not like baby stuff. You do baby language. You know baby language. I love baby language. Wrong numbers. You know wrong numbers. Wrong numbers. You know, and you hang. And then he will be like, he'll be looking at the paper and say, they gave me the right number. That's the right number. Let me call let me call to some person to find out. Hey, why did you give me the wrong number of Rosie? He said, no, that's the right number. He said, really? So what's going on? We children used to sing because I was born in the south side of Nigeria. In the Scottish side, we used to sing Ekpo Kudio, Ekpo Kudio, which means tell that juju and that masquerade not to come back because today is not the same like yesterday. Because they think that you are the same person that they were able to fool and manipulate. They love it. And said you are coming back. Hey, Rosalind is still the same, you know. Yeah, I heard that she's still single, you know. Yeah, let's go. And then he will call, and then Rosalind go wrong numbers. Yep. Yep. And then Rosalind will go into her cell phone and put in block numbers, report spam, you know, and hit it, boom, that's it. And when the person tries to call again, he says there's a little lady. Yeah, there's a little lady at the other side. He said, you have reached a number that has either been disconnected or is no longer in service. You reached a number that is either been disconnected or no longer in service. And that's what they do. Because they think you are the same person that they can fool. Yeah. And you know the worst thing is when these people, when you allow them to walk back into your life, they're walking as though nothing has happened between you and them. Like everything is the same. So wrong. Those who ask questions will prosper than those who pray. Begin to ask questions. You're going into, somebody is making you a business offering, offer for a business, for investment. Ask questions. Somebody came to fool my son in New York, come to talk to him about how they need so and so thousand to build so and so things, to do so and so thing. I called my son back. I said, listen, if that man can do that, he will not be looking for a partner. If such money come from such a thing. And why is it that he can do such a thing? He has such talent and such brain. He cannot do it for himself first. And he's looking for somebody else to do it. Oh, come on. Yeah. Ay. Yeah, when immediately you give that man money, he will disappear. Bam! You won't see him anymore. You won't see him in Staten Island. You won't see him in Long Island. You won't see him in the Bronx. You won't see him in Brooklyn. You won't see him in Manhattan. He will disappear. Ask questions. You build website, build me one first. Let me see how it looks like. And make sure that you keep the code to your website, because some of them will build it for you and will turn around and go and come and hit you. hit your money because that's all they're interested in. Ask questions. When you ask questions, a lot of people are going to hate you, but it is better. Why are you asking so many questions about my life? Why are you asking so many questions about my money? Why are you asking so many questions about my family? Why are you asking so many questions about my education and so on? Why do you want to ask those questions for? They are bygone thing. Hey, bro, they are not bygone thing. Oh, I want to know. Are you trying to find out whether I have a felony or a misdemeanor? Yes, I am. You don't need to go and find out. You don't need to try to dig me out. Who tell you I have a shovel? I'm going to dig you out. You want love? Mine is love with a shovel and love with a hammer. I'm going to dig you out. And this lady was like, why do you want to know so much about my life? I told the guy, you must know. You must find out everything. Ask her whether she has a felony. Because that lady appeared to me like somebody who is dubious with money. That's what I told the guy. The guy said, well, I don't think so. I think she's a nice lady. I said, she's not a nice lady. There's nothing like nice. Finally, the day before the guy and the girl were to go to court and get their wedding done and go and sign the wedding certificate, I told the guy, let's go and dig this girl. Let's go and dig and find out who she is. We went and we started digging and we find out that this girl has many bad felonies on her butt. The girl is a con artist. Nice, soft-spoken, very nice. We printed it out. We called her. We said, come and meet us. We want to throw a party for you. She came. She came with her friends. We told her friends to back off, to go to one room that we have a discussion with her. I brought the envelope out and I put the thing before her. I said, is that not your picture? Who is this? So you have been in and out of prison. How many times? 12 times, huh? You've been married to drug dealers? You said that you've never been married. How many drug dealers have you been married to? I'm now born again and spirit filled. I said, really? Interesting. So why didn't you tell us about all this? Born again should make you to be honest at least. Sister, marriage is over, okay? Bye. We walked into the car and drove off. That's it. You see, when we stopped the car, you see the kind of knock I hit that guy on this, the circle around his head, the center of his head. I knocked him. The knock that I gave him was so big that he saw stars flying out of his eyes. Told him, you never involve me in this kind of rubbish anymore. I've saved your life. You better go and sign. Give me my check right here, right now. He signed. He gave me $2,000 check. I said, now you can go. I've saved your life from a lot of bunch of mess. You. Next time that I catch you, I'm going to use the scissors. You know the scissors, the big scissors that those who dress flowers use in chopping flowers, dressing flowers outside the house. They use it to chop the hair and trim it. I told them I'm going to use that big one, and I will chop your penis off. I swear I will do it. I'm going to chop it so that you can sit and leave women alone. If every woman is nice. Give me my check. I collected my check. I said, go. If you see the knock, I knock him. When his mother called me, his mother said, that's good. Thank you for saving my son. I've been talking, he's not listening, not asking no question. Every woman is good. Yep. Those who ask questions will prosper more than those who pray. Don't forget this. Don't forget to ask. That prayer should become the place where you go to ask the Holy Ghost, Jesus, God the Father. You will go to ask them questions. How am I to deal with this debt? Are you going to remove this debt? Wait until he tells you, I will. It's over. Like this year, he said I should take it easy. This year is the year of the Sabbath for me. It's a year that goes very fast, but it's a year that you should take it easy. If you try to do so many things, you won't succeed. Because it has happened to me before. After 2012, 2013, I tried to do a lot of great things. I couldn't. Every way was blocked. And that was when we had a lot of drought. Even I planted a 2 acres garden. Nothing came out that year. But the year before that, my neighbors lined up to come and harvest. So much, have never seen such a good harvest. You must know, Lord, how is this year going to be? What are you going to do this year? Where do I fit in this year in your program? Should I work harder? What area should I focus on? You should ask those questions. Somebody is making me an offering for investment and all of this. Should I go with this or should I not? Is it something that will work or will it not? Wait. The Father is waiting for his children to ask questions. And it is through questions that you will prosper. It's not through prayer. Because that's why we've been wasting our life trying to pray every kind of prayer that people are telling us to pray in the internet and outside the internet, and nothing is working. Until you start to ask questions. Should I continue to stay on this job or should I not? What you see, you ask questions because of the future. Please write that down as a powerful key. You ask questions because of the future. The reason is because everything that you are supposed to possess has also to do with the future. You don't want God has seen that there will be an earthquake in the next 7 years where you are heading. There will be a flood, mighty flood that overtake that city. There will be shootings and killing in that city. So you're always asking questions. That job will go bankrupt. Something will happen. A bad person will come in and hate you. So you always ask questions so that God can look into the future for you. So that you don't go to God and inherit something that will be difficult for you to move away from. Father, I'm asking this question based on the fact that the future is coming, whether I like it or not. Will this be for my prosperity or not? And then you will hear, you will see what he will do. Many of us, we didn't ask questions. Even when God make you a promise, even when you receive a prophecy, still subjected to questions like, Lord, when will this happen? Should I wait? Should I move forward with this prophecy? The promise you've given to me while I was praying, is it what is going to happen now? Or tomorrow? When? See, the same thing happened to the disciples of Jesus. They didn't ask questions when Jesus said, I am coming soon. You will just go to the different villages and different territories of Judah and preach and all of that. I will come back. And they didn't know what that means. That it was not even them that Jesus was talking about. He was talking about disciples that will be coming in the future. And that he is coming soon does not mean 1,000 years' time. Who knows? They said the next 5 billion years, it will take the next 5 billions for our sun, the sun that shines, for it to burst and to end its journey. 5 more billion years. Does it mean that it's going to take that long? Another 5 billion years before Jesus comes back? We don't know. So that's why you should ask. That's why the gospel and the epistles are the way they are. The Bible is the way, especially the New Testament, is the way it is because the disciples of Jesus, including Paul, Peter, and Andrew, and the rest of them, the men and women who followed Jesus, they thought that Jesus was coming back in their lifetime. They didn't ask when. What should we be doing? Should we get involved in businesses? What should we be doing? How are we going to prosper while we are doing what we are doing? Whenever you come, you come. They didn't ask that question. And they thought that it means Jesus is coming back soon. And there are some people who are into this end time thing about Antichrist, about Jesus this, Jesus that, Jesus will come back, this, that, and it will happen in our time. Some of them will say dates. That's foolishness. I don't bother myself about when Jesus will come back. It's none of my business. If he comes back, that's fine. If he doesn't come back, I see him all the time anyway. So why do I bother myself about heaven or about Jesus? Jesus is the prince of my kingdom. You want to see him, he will appear to you. He's real. So I don't have time for end time ministry. I don't do those kind of things. I don't have time for it. Don't forget today's powerful key. Those who ask questions will prosper more than those who pray. Don't forget it. If there is any of you, you feel that there is somebody who hates you, who doesn't like you, and the person is after your life, make sure you get in touch with me. Let me know. I want anybody who is afflicting you, we want to put them in their place. Anybody. If anybody has threatened your life, call me and tell me. And we'll put such a person in their place so that they know that life is a gift given to them. I will see you guys on Sunday afternoon for the church service. And I ask God to bless each and every one of you. Please make sure that you become someone that asks questions when it is necessary so that you can prosper. I want to see you prosper. And also do not forget, if you want an uncommon miracle, sow an uncommon seed. Good night.
Thank you, Bishop.
You're welcome.
Amen. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
You're welcome.